Hello, we got DeQuavius, Kaya, Sherman, and Nada, and Cameron. Hello, my name is Capricia Foreman, and the title of my speech is called Wear Your Hair Natural, Chemical Free. Growing up in a household dominated by women, we was lucky to have a mother that was a cosmetologist because she saved us from bad hair days and bad picture days. I can remember waking up on Sunday mornings, getting our hair pressed and flat ironed by her, and just going to church looking fabulous and getting plenty of compliments. Hair not only defines who you are, but it also determines how people view you. And now that I'm totally chemical free and natural, I feel like that's one of the best choices I've ever made. So ask yourself, have you been putting your hair in danger? And if so, what are you going to do to prevent that? I need to persuade you all to wear your hair natural because over the over the US, millions of people have lost their hair due to heritage issues or hormone changes or age's effect. This occurred to plenty of people in races and genders, females and males, whether they're black, white, Mexican, or whoever. Getting your hair dyed can affect your hair and break off your hair and make it brittle because it's so dry. So you have to properly maintain and moisture it. According to Toxic Beauty, the writers of article Harvard Woman and Health states, the analysis also linked hair straightening products were associated with an 18% higher risk of breast cancer in women who used them in the 12 months before the study period. The more often women use straightener, the higher the risk. Women who used the products every 5 to 8 weeks had a 31% higher risk of going on to develop breast cancer compared with non-users. Chemical treatment used to permanently or semi-permanently straighten or relax hair also contain a mixture of chemical. Many straighteners contain formaldehyde, which is considered a carcinogen substance capable of causing cancer. According to Hang, the author of Formaldehyde, Exposure Toxicity and Health Effects, says that the cancer mortality rate increased in all 4 of the studies, while the incidences of gastric cancer increased in 3 studies and brain tumor incidences increased in 2 studies. Obviously, we see that we need to persuade people to go natural, but now we need to make a plan because the rates over time have increased for the people getting cancer. I plan to influence and inform you all that transitioning to natural is a wise idea, especially for people who experience hair loss or hair damage. Transitioning to natural isn't easy as it may seem. You have to make sure you wash your hair from sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner because after deep conditioning, you need to make sure it regains that moisture. You can only wash your hair when you are trying to get a hairdo, and then you can use the LOC method, which is leave-in conditioner, oil, and cream. Wear protective hairstyles like braids, weave, or ponytails, and detangle your hair in infections and comb from bottom to top. Eat healthy protein like eggs, chicken, fish, and peanut butter. These type of products contain mineral like iron, magnesium, and zinc, and biotin. Without a doubt, if our plan follows through and people decide to wear their hair natural, chemical free, then it will benefit them in numerous ways like grow your hair, strengthen your hair, and thicken your volume of your hair, shed less hair, and boost your self-esteem. And when people use toxic chemical in their hair, it causes sudden hair loss that start with one or more circular bald patch that may develop. This is called alopecia. Miller and Allen, author of Alopecia Causes Diagnosis and Treatment, stated There was a female predominance in patients between 21 and 30 years old of age. In those 45-year age, almost half of alopecia areata patient had a single patch situated in the parietal vertex area. One male patient with alopecia had a family history of alopecia. 8 patients had previous episode of alopecia areata. Alopecia is hard to cope with. It can be caused by stress or anxiety. People body immune system mistake hair follicles as foreign and attacks them. This causes alopecia. Lee, one of the authors of the article Human Placenta Induces Hair Regrowth in Chemotherapy Induced Hair Alopecia Inhibition of Apoptotic Factor in Proliferation of Hair Follicles, believed that chemotherapy-induced alopecia is a psychologically devastating side effect for patients coming to certain therapeutic regimen on oncology. Novel chemotherapies are continually being developed, but hair loss consistently rank among their associated features that are particularly troublesome and distressing, or particularly the much feared disagreement of massive hair loss drive 8% of patients to consider refusing chemotherapy in patients with early stage breast cancer. Almost 90% of them consider alopecia as the most burdensome aspect of chemotherapy. Some of them even regard anticipated alopecia as more difficult to cope with than the loss of breast. So many of the cancer patients are having hard time to cope with losing their hair instead of losing their body part. And in conclusion, I've shared with you all 3 important reasons why we need to be chemical free and why our hair natural, as to save money and get rid of our toxins in the hair and grow your hair. We need to persuade people to go natural. So the plan is to inform and influence people by telling them about people who have lost their hair due to alopecia, who have gotten breast cancer and have gotten hair damage. The benefit is by people not putting chemicals in their hair, it can help grow hair longer, thicken, and prevent medical problems. I want you to use my tips and advice I informed you all about hair, and think back to when you didn't take proper care of your hair and how can you prevent that. Thank you.